Hello guys and welcome back to more in Bruges on the Force 9's YouTube channel, continuing the Circle of Bruges save on FM15 today. We're doing our second season at the club and we're playing in the Belgian Pro League now, of course. We got promoted last, not last episode, but last livecom. We defeated Lima United to gain automatic promotion. We rounded off the second league season. We finished top fairly easily in the end. We did drop a few points in the last few games, but I think we went through by like 7 points in the end, something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, so we're in the Pro League. So this is exciting stuff. You know, we've got our rivals in the same league as us now, Club Bruges, of course. And we've got a game against them coming up on September 29th. September 29th. I can't say the month I was born in. So that will definitely be a game we'll be doing a live comment. If we have a look at our schedule, we've done pre-season. As you can see, we didn't suffer defeat, which is good. But we only had 5 friendlies because our pre-season was kind of short. And, you know, we didn't really have a lot of time to get a lot of games in. So, because the league starts kind of early compared to other leagues. So, going through the friendlies, started off with a friendly against Luzern, a Swiss team, I think they are. Yeah. We drew this 3-3 at home. So, yeah, a bit disappointing to kick it off with a defeat. Made a few signings. So, we have Valentin Viola back. I can't remember. We'll see if it's permanent or not later. But we were 2-0 up in this game. Viola with a goal in the first half in the 13th minute. Kicking off the second half, 3 minutes after that, Kabanga scored from the bench. As you can see, he made a lot of changes here and there. So Kabanga, well, he wasn't off the bench. No, he got substituted. He scored. Hadji Nezirai. I pretty much butchered that pronunciation. Pulled one back for Luzern in the 51st minute. Pierre Bourdin scored 76th minute to make it 3-1. But then Marvin Graf scored in the 90th minute. And then second minute of injury time, Omar Tali scored and made it 3-3. A few more shots than them, a few more chances and edge to possession wise, but only a 3-3 draw. But that wasn't important, you know, it's just about match fitness really. Everyone's just come back from pre-season. Next game against Vitória Setúbal, I think you say that. Portuguese team, of course. 2-1 win here. My cat's meowing at me. We went behind in this game despite also getting a man advantage. Suck scored in the 31st minute, which sucked. And then Cartagena, which is a place in Colombia if I'm not mistaken, he was sent off after 2 yellow cards. The first yellow card coming in the 10th minute and the second coming in the 36th minute. So we were against 10 men for, well, not quite an hour of the game. Second half, Richard Sekuta Pazu, top scorer last season, scored a brace in the second half. The first of the goals coming, I think, less than 30 seconds after the restart, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, we got a 2-1 win. So it was a bit nervy, but we got a 2-1 win. Next two matches were a bit more comfortable. Luzenac, who are a team in a regional French division, we beat them 4-0 rather, away from home. We've re-signed Wilson on loan, so that has happened. The 6th minute and the 41st minute goals for him. Junior Tanaka is another loan signing from Sporting. He's a Japanese player. He scored in the 8th minute. And Kabanga scored in the 15th minute. So a nice comfortable win. Luzenac only had 2 shots altogether. So we just dominated the game and got a 4-0 win against a team. Were they semi-pro or were they amateur? They're a semi-pro team. So that was to be expected. And then we also won 4-0 away from home again. This time against Anglet, who play in the CFA 2. Another 4-0 win here. Viola and Bourdin with the goals. Cristobal, another player we signed. And Christoph De Heine with goals. We also had an injury to Verheiden, the youngster, later on in the game. So he got injured. Shut up. And then the final game against Racing Santander, we won 3-2. Junior Tanaka scored in the 3rd minute to put us ahead. But then we did go behind before half-time. Alvaro Gonzalez, former Lazio player, if I'm not mistaken, if it's the same one. Let me just see. He should be about 33 if it is. No, it's a different one. I don't even remember if that was his real name or not. If that was his name or not. So Alvaro Gonzalez scored, and then Sergio scored in the first half injury time to give Racing a 2-1 lead at half-time. But Sukuta Pazu scored about halfway through the second half to make it 2 each. And then 6 minutes from time, Faris Haroun scored, 84th minute. Not sure how much game time we'll get this season because we aren't really playing a central midfielder in our tactic. So I don't know how much game time Haroun will get. We can move a guy into midfield if we need to, but I don't think we'll be getting a lot of first team appearances. So let's go through the transfers then. So a lot of stuff's happened, as you can see. A lot of signings. 3 loan signings from Sporting alone. Well, sorry, 2. 1 permanent signing. So yeah, we did get a bit of money, and we actually had a transfer budget to work with this time. Not a lot, but we got promotions, so we did have a bit to work with. We had a bit of an extra wage budget as well, because we have new owners, so I think we're a bit more lenient with the funding, because they've also given us an affiliate to work with as well, which is Torino, I think. So that's good. So let's go through these let's go through these guys then. So there's one guy that we signed before the end of the season on a Bosman, Kenneth Hudret, defensive midfielder, only 21, very well rounded physically and mentally. Some good technical things as well. Good with their headers. So I think he's going to be a decent anchor man for us. I think he'll be a good guy for us. Valentin Viola, we had him on loan last season. Did pretty well for us. And this time we got him on a permanent deal. He scored 10 goals for us in all competitions. Sorry, 10 league goals for us last season. Also scored in one of our Belgian Cup games. Signed him for £375,000. And his wage is $725 a week, which is quite high. But then we're in the Pro League, so we will be having higher wages now. So that's happened. Ogo Klose was a free agent, 21-year-old. Another defensive midfielder, because I say we didn't really have one, because the only ones we had, I think, were ones we'd loaned last season. Again, pretty good. Kind of young, but he's got decent potential. Physically, he's a fit player, so he should get a few games there, here and there. Decent first touch, and he's a good tackler as well. So I think halfback. I don't really see us using a halfback in the tactic at all, because we play with 2 centre backs anyway. So I don't think we really need that. Another free transfer here, Emiliano Martinez. You might recognise the name. He's the former Arsenal goalkeeper. He was very much an understudy to Ospina and Chesney this past season. Played a few games for Arsenal, and then he got he did play a few games for Arsenal this past season when Chesney got dropped and Ospina was injured, I think. 22 years old. Again, physically very well rounded. Good agility, jumping reach. Goalkeeping stuff, handling and kicking of 15, which is good. Good reflexes as well, and he's got a good command of his area as well. So I think this is a good signing, because we had Gazzaniga last time around. Of course, he was a very, very good goalkeeper and actually made the second league team of the season. But unfortunately, I did try to get him permanently, and he wanted a big wage. He had a big wage demand. I tried to loan him again, but this time Southampton wanted a wage contribution, which we couldn't commit to. So we couldn't get Gazzaniga, which was a shame, and we really needed a goalkeeper, because Van Dam just doesn't do it for me. So we got Martinez on a free transfer. Actually, ability and potential is good, so that's good. He's unhappy about extra training, but we'll sort that out later. Selim Amala, very young. He's an 18-year-old. He's a youngster. I think, this is a co-owned player, so Ayub Hassani owns half of them. We only paid $18,000 for him, and this was actually a signing made by our director of football, made the offer. So I thought, it's only 18 grand, so we might as well hold on to him and see if we can develop into something. He's only on £300 a week as well, but he's got good potential. So 2 loan signings from Sporting then. Junior Tanaka's the first one. He's been capped once for Japan. He's owned 10% of him is owned. I wonder what that 10% is. Is it his right foot? Is it his left hand? I don't know. What part of him does he actually own? That's quite funny. Very much a jack of all trades, I think Tanaka is, as far as a forward goes. He's best of all, apparently, he is defensive forward. Determination and teamwork is good work rate. So I think he'd play well in like a 2 striker role, which is okay. Long shot, so he might get some goals from distance. 28 years old, so he's playing at his peak, I think. This guy should get some games this season, I think. The other signing, of course, Wilson. We got him on loan last season, and he didn't actually get a lot of playing time. In fact, he only played in 6 games. 3 of those came from the bench. He had a injury hit half season for us, where he suffered 3 injuries, which just got bigger and bigger each time. Bruised rib 8 days, twisted ankle 4 weeks, and fractured wrist 6 weeks. I just want to use him because he's called Wilson. I just want to make Castaway references. So those are the 2 loan signings from Sporting. 2 more to go through. So we've got Cristobal, who scored a goal pre-season. We're going from Almeria. Didn't pay a great deal for him, £88,000. He's on £1.5 a week, not a lot really. Fairly young player, wasn't he? 23, so he's still got room to grow. And I like the look of him. He's a central attacking midfielder. Because we lost Martin Martins as well. His loan finished, and we couldn't get him back. 18 flair just stood out for me. That was good. 14 vision, 15 passing, 15 first touch, 3 kicks as well. So this guy could be very much our new set piece taker. And the final one, bit of a cheeky signing. This Nando, right winger, signed from Valencia. £200,000 we paid for him. Again, only 21, so again, very young, only on 1,400 a week. 18 determination, 17 aggression, 17 teamwork, 15 work rate. Technically not all there really, but I say hopefully his mentals will sort of make up for that. He can play as a Ramdeuter, which I've never really used successfully in FM, so that might be something to look at. I suppose some of his ratings here aren't great, like anticipation's under 10. And balance is 10. But I do want to try and experiment with the Ramdeuter sometime this series. It's something that I've never really got the hang of this season. Same with inverted wingbacks, but I think inverted wingbacks are just broken in this one. As far as outgoings go, you can see a lot of people have left there. Some of them have been released on mutual consent. Some of them we've had to pay contracts. We've had to pay pay out the rest of their contract. It's just people that just didn't really what's the word I'm looking for? Didn't really fit in at the club. People unhappy. Like vice captain Jonas Ivans, for example, he's still a free agent. No one's picked him up yet. 30 years old. Tim Smolders as well. We released him. He's announced his retirement at the end of the 2015-2016 season, but he's without club, so he may well retire earlier than thought. 3 players out on loan. Verkendeer has gone on loan to Oostend, who were relegated from the Pro League, I think, this past season. So they're down in the second league, I think. Didn't really want to loan him out, but I think we were kind of forced to try and make up some money. So, yeah, they got relegated to Oostend, so they're back down in the second league. The other ones that were loaned out were Arne Nauts and Nicholas Janssens, who was a regen, I think, that we got on our youth intake. So that's it, really. I've spent a lot of time talking already, about 12 minutes. So we should get into a game now, I think. So our first game of the season is against RMP. Now, they did stand for something, and I can't remember what it was. I just want to look up RMP. I just want to see what it actually stands for. I know when they actually announced the fixtures, they said it was a cash-strapped club. There's quite a lot of them, actually. RMP. I'm just getting loads of weird... I put RPM. That's why. No, it's bloody auto-correcting to RPM. RMP. Royal Mouscron-Péruwelz, apparently, is their name. They finished 13th in real life in the Pro League this past season. Apparently, they're a cash-strapped club. That's what they said in the fixture announcements as well. So that's it. So that's who we're playing today. I'm not sure how we'll do. You know, this is the Pro League, so this is an entirely new league. I should say, though, that I wasn't sure if we were going to be what our expectation was going to be. I was expecting avoid relegation, but no. If we look at the board, our job security is secure, which is good. If we look at the board stuff, Pro League, minimum expectation is that we achieve a mid-table position. They're expecting us to do well despite having just been promoted. So that's quite interesting that we've been given quite a high target in spite of our recent promotion. So we're expected to get mid-table. Now, as far as the league goes, I think the top 6, after everyone's played everyone, play each other again. And then the winner of that wins the whole thing. I think that's how it works, but I'm not certain. I'll have to look into the rules ready for next episode. But let's go into the team selection. So this is our primary tactic at the moment. We've got a back 4. We've got 2 defensive midfielders ahead of them. One is a defensive midfielder and one is a ball winner. No central midfielders, which is why I said Faris Haroun probably won't get a lot of game time. I've got a central attacking midfielder, so Baselik Gergic is filling that role at the moment. And then Kabanga on the left. Warson on the right. At the moment, Tanaka up front. I'm going to do a quick pick, see what it gives us. So let's put Viola up front, which I'll probably go. We'll have a deep line forward for him. Tanaka in the hole. What is his best role, actually? Why we got Tanaka in the role? In the hole? In the role. I don't know. I'm going to play him as a shadow striker. We've got Van Acker and Wheels. I'm fine with that. And I think, yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. I'm going to change over the bench a bit. So Dehane is a bit low fitness-wise. We're going to put Baselik Gergic on the bench. And I don't want a goalkeeper on the bench. We will put Chris Dobal on the bench. And we're not going to have Van Roos because I want to try and sell Van Roos as well. I did my business early. It's only 31st of July. So I think we'll leave it at that. I don't want Van Acker either, really. Well, we'll play Faris Haroun. We'll play him as a... do you want to play him as a defensive midfielder? We'll play him there, but we'll play him... we'll swap him around, actually. We'll play Wills as defensive midfielder, and we'll play Haroun as a ball winner. So we've got to give some squad numbers out. That's fine. So Wilson can have number 7. Nando can have... You can have 23. There we go. Right, so there we go. Let's see how we do. Encourage the team. We'll go assertive. Go out there and give these fans the money's worth. Let's try that. See how we do. Okay. I have no idea what to expect from this. This is a team that I know very little about. But they, I say, well, they finished 13th. How many teams are there? 18? 16. So they only just avoided relegation, really. We scored already, 8th minute. It was a Wilson, so that's great for him. Another spell on loan for us. That's a very good start. I'm pleased with that. Wasn't really even paying attention to the game, but we got a goal. I've got to wait for it to respond now so that we can see the replay. So because I wasn't actually watching. Cornelis from the throw-in. Bart Boyster with a header back to the captain. And Wilson's there. And that was kind of an acrobatic shot, really. First time as well. So that's a great start. We're on. I don't think we have no instructions set up. I'm going to put it to control straight away because we scored. I'm going to put it on structured. I'm not. Shut up, Gus. Cat's making all sorts of noises. I'm not going to set any instructions just yet because at the moment it's working. But if we go behind here, then I'll try and set some instructions. Cedo's on the ball here. Finds Vasseur. And I don't think I was going on target, but Emiliano Martinez makes the save anyway. And they've got a corner here of RMP. I'm never going to remember their full name, so I will just call them RMP. 14th minute now. 14 minutes played. They've got the ball here again. We're just edging it possession-wise, but this is the second highlight they've had, which is kind of a worry. And he's moving forward here is the number 42. Dingome with the ball now. Finds Sket or Shet. Probably Sket. Karsdorp to Langiel. Vasseur. Needs to close the ball down here. We're not doing so. And Guimaraes Azevedo has scored in the 15th minute. And it's 1 each. Now I'm going to set some instructions. So we'll skip that replay. We know what happened. Right, we're going to drop it a bit deeper. We need to close down more and mark tighter. I'm going to go with short pass and work the ball into the box. And we'll leave it there for now. I say I don't really like to set more than 10 instructions at a time, really. So we started well, but then that happened. Faris Haroun's had a poor start, but he's not really playing in his ideal position. He doesn't really play as a defensive midfielder. He's a central midfielder. Cedo's in now, and I don't know how he missed that. That was a bit of a bad one. And I'm sort of going through a few ideas for the next game as well, for FM16, like a few ways that I can improve the channel. One of them's definitely a face cam. So I do want to know if there's anyone out there that makes their own FM content. That was a sort of a double save there. If there's anyone out there that makes their FM content like me, if you do use face cam, then what do you actually use? Because that's one thing that I don't really know what to do. Like, sort of, do you buy like a half decent video camera, or do you use like the camera on your computer? I don't know. So if you are watching and you make videos yourself, then that's something that I'd like to know from you guys. We've got the ball here. We've got a highlight, but we've lost out now. Langiel. And I say since that first goal, we've struggled again in the game. Really, we haven't really threatened. We've only had 3 shots so far, all of them on target, which is good. But I say not a lot of chances. There's one. Valentin Viola scores. That's his first goal, of course, because it's the first game. And we're 2-1 up, but still, well, I say possession we kind of dominated. We've had a few chances. We hit the woodwork once, but I do want to try and get more shots away. So I'm thinking, don't work the ball into the box. Shoot on sight, because we've got some people that can shoot from long range. So I think first time shooters will be good. So it wasn't too bad. You know, at least we're winning, so that's a good. I'm not going to mess around too much with the team talk. I think we do need to take off Haroon in a minute, though, because he's not having the best of games. But Boyce passes, and the pass is blocked. Haroon's in lots of space here. Can he move forward? He finds Tanaka. Japanese international finds Kabanga. Go on, Kabanga. Shoot, now. Oh, he shot, but it was a bad shot. See, we're still edging it in possession, but we've had a few more shots. Azevedo, their goal scorer, on the ball now. Finds Demetz. Good save, Martinez. Good stuff, that is. I'm happy with that. We're going to take off Haroon. He's on a 5.7. What's wrong with that? Do we take... Right, we're going to bring on Van Acker. And we're going to swap him around. So what it was originally. And we'll leave it at that. Live. Thank you. Good start here, though. Apart from... Wait, it ended up on a 5.5 when we tick him off. But let's see how we do. Kabanga's on the ball now. Finds Valentin Viola. Finds Tanaka. You've got Wilson to the right of you. He passes to Viola. Tanaka's there. And saved by Mari Kosu, the goalkeeper. 55 minutes played now. Still 2-1. I want just like one more goal just to give ourselves that safety net. Because I'm not convinced still. Well, we've had a few more shots than them now, though. Mezage to Boli. Dingome. Guimaraes Azevedo. Through on goal. And he wastes it. I say RMP, they've missed quite a few. Cornelis with the ball to Viola. And was that? Oh, I think it was a goal kick. I'm gonna make a change again. I think we need to take off either Wilson or Kabanga. Or both of them. But right, we're going to bring on Nando for his debut. We'll take off Wilson. I don't want him to get injured again. I hope he doesn't become one of those injury-prone players that just misses loads of games. Right. I'm going to go defensive for the last 10 minutes. And we're going to make that last change. We're going to take off Kabanga. And we're going to bring on Baseli Gergic. And again, you know, I'm not... Apart from Kabanga, because it's... cheeky Nando! That was like his first kick of the game. And that was the first involvement. What a ball by Martinez that is. Watch this. What, about 15 yards from the goal? Marikusa got a hand to it, but that was amazing. What a way to kick off your debut, off the bench as well. Nando, do you know the title of this episode? Cheeky Nando. Absolutely. Oh my god, I love it. So we're going to end the game 3-1, maybe 4 here. We've got a corner in the second minute of injury time. No, that's full time. Nothing came from it. And that's a good win. I'm happy with that. It's a good way to start off the season. Nando with that goal, that was great stuff. Wilson scored, Viola scored. So very good early performance. Looking at some of the games elsewhere, our rivals Club Bruges only other team to win actually on the first day. They beat Vazenberen 2-0. Lots of 0-0s. That's well, that's not a good sign for like the league. In fact, the other 3 games all ended 0-0. Wow, that's not good. Well, at least we scored more goals than everyone else. That's good. Nando made his debut, kicked off with a goal. That's good stuff. Post-match press conference. Emiliano Martinez enjoyed what most people consider a good debut. He had a good solid game, and I'm sure he'll build on that. He did have a good game. He made some important saves. New signing Nando made his Cercle Bruges debut today, albeit from the bench. Will he be in your first team plans soon? Yes, I just don't want to rush him. I know if he can score goals like that, then yeah, he will start some games. You don't like your side seeing goals, but surely will admit. No comment. Don't care. Nando enjoyed a goal scoring debut. What did you make of his performance? I'm eager to see what he can bring to the team. What sort of impact do you think getting a goal before half-time had? Goals change games whenever they're scored. With transfer rumours still swirling, will you be bringing anyone else into the club? Look, how much budget do we have left? See, we still have £170,000 and we have £6,000 in the wage budget. So I think there will still be some sort of business before too long. You've got to be pleased with the result and a performance as impressive as that. I thought it played very well, and it's very satisfying to be able to say that. Oh, how many questions do you want? Hans Cornelis picked up player of the match. He's a good player. He's enjoying his football as the captain. There we go. Janssens didn't really get involved much in the Lamel's game. Pro League kicks off. So, what else do we actually still need? We've got some money. What else could we buy? You see, Van Dam, even as a backup, isn't very good. I mean, look at this. Yeah. I see he's got a little bit of potential, but I think we need 2 decent goalkeepers to get some competition in there. Gevlik, while he's young, I think we're okay for left back. I think we could do another centre back, because I think our centre backs are kind of, yeah, they're good, but they're not great. So I think Borden is definitely a first choice. He had much more potential than that. Where? I don't believe that. So he started the save. His potential was in the black, 5 stars. So I'm a bit annoyed that it's now current 3, potential 3. That's a bit annoying. He's 21. Surely he must still have time to grow. He's played almost every game last season. That kind of disappoints me. I think we need a centre back. We've got Hoodra. He didn't play today, but he will definitely play in the future. We've got Van Ackeren in the A as well. I think we're okay there. Won't be using wing backs. Central midfielder, I think we don't really use it, but it might be handy just to have one. Central attacking midfielder. Cristobal's good. He's got potential, so we'll see what we can do with that. But I think we need a central attacking midfielder and a central defender maybe. Strikers were fine. I don't need a striker. And then wingers. Nando's good, so I think we can rely on him. We've got Viola can play there as well, and Kabanga. And we've got De Gea and Kabanga can play on the left as well. And yeah, strikers are fine. So I think we need a centre back and a central attacking midfielder, and I think that will be enough. So yeah, how long have I been recording for? 27 minutes. Wow. I suppose after pre-season and looking at the signings, it does take a while. So, are you serious? Belgian goal of the month, because that was the last day of the month. And Nando's goal didn't even make it in the top 3. In fact, their player scored the goal of the month. Their player that scored against us, and there were only 6 goals overall. And well, Timmy Simons from Club Bruges got one, and Viola got one. Of course, plays for us. But how did Nando not get in there? That's baffling, if anything. Okay, right. So we're starting off with a win. That's good. Looking at our schedule, so I know I want to play the Club Bruges game, which is there. So there's 7 games in between, so it will have to be 3-3 at the start, I think, and then we can. Well, at least it means that we won't have a lot of games to play off screen. So off screen, we're going to play Westerlo. We're going to play Genk. That's a big game actually. Genk are a good team, and we're going to play Mechelen. Then we'll have a live come against Charleroi. Then off screen we'll play Ghent, who knocked us out of the Belgian Cup last season, Sint-Truiden and Kortrijk. And then we'll have a live com, the first derby of the save, against Club Bruges. After that, probably Standard Liège, and then Mechelen, and then Bruges again. And then end off with Standard and Beveren. And then there might be some cup games in there somewhere, but we'll see what happens with them. So that's going to do it for this video. So it was a good start, actually. I'm pleased with that we kicked it off with a victory. So if you like this video, drop a like. If you want to make a comment, then you can do that as well. If you want to see some more, if you want to see my videos as they come up, then hit the subscribe button. That's going to do it for this video, though. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.